What if the biggest threat to your peace of mind wasn't a stranger, but someone sitting right beside you? Someone you laugh with, confide in, maybe even trust. Yet beneath that smile hides a silent predator, draining your energy, poisoning your confidence, and manipulating your every move. It starts small, a joke at your expense, a favor that never gets returned, a secret you told them that somehow became everyone's gossip. You question it at first. Maybe you're overreacting. Maybe they didn't mean it, but deep down, something feels off. You're not imagining it. You're just waking up. See, fake and treacherous people don't walk around with signs saying, "I'm a danger to your well-being," no. They wear masks crafted carefully, smiles that feel warm but never reach the eyes, words that sound sweet but carry venom. And here's the most twisted part. They often make you feel like you're the problem. That's their power, distorting reality so well that you start to question your own perception. But what if you could flip that power dynamic? What if you could spot the signs before they seep deeper into your life and learn to neutralize them without becoming bitter or vengeful yourself? Stick around, because once you understand how these people operate, you'll never be caught off guard again. Fake people don't enter your life like storms. They arrive like sunsets, beautiful, soft, harmless. They agree with everything you say. They validate you excessively. They offer help you never asked for, and in that initial phase, they make you feel seen, heard, even adored. But behind that charm is calculation. A fake person studies you not to understand you, but to learn how to exploit you. They'll mirror your interests, laugh at your jokes, remember the things you care about, not out of love but strategy. They're not connecting, they're preparing. And then it starts the shift. Subtle criticisms masked as concern, backhanded compliments comparing you to others, encouraging you to doubt people who genuinely care about you, while drawing you deeper into their web. And when you call it out, you're too sensitive. You misunderstood. Suddenly you're explaining your pain to someone who caused it, and somehow they walk away the victim. That confusion, that's their favorite tool. Because as long as you're confused, you're not confronting them. And if you're not confronting them, you're still under their control. Now, here's the first truth you need to hold on to. Not everyone who smiles at you is your friend. And that's not negativity, it's wisdom. Real people can disagree with you without disrespecting you. Real people tell you the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Real people show consistency, not just charm. If someone's presence in your life feels like walking on eggshells, like you're constantly adjusting to avoid their reactions, that's not friendship. That's emotional hostage-taking. So what do? How do you deal with someone who presents themselves as gold, but is rust? Underneath the first step is silence, but not the kind that hides, the kind that observes. When you stop explaining yourself to someone who doesn't care to understand you, reclaim your energy. Watch how they respond when you stop playing their game. Do they get agitated when you're no longer feeding their ego? Do they try harder to pull you back in with guilt, gifts, or drama? That's not love. That's desperation to regain control. Let them unravel themselves. Next, resist the urge to expose them. Yes, you want justice, you want people to see who they truly are. But the truth is, fake people are master performers. And in trying to unmask them, you can end up looking like the villain instead. Let time reveal what you already know. People always show their true colors. You just have to stop repainting them. But here's the part. No one talks about the emotional whiplash that comes with detaching from someone you once trusted. It's not just anger you feel, it's grief. You're mourning not just who they were, but who you believed they were. That's what makes cutting off fake people so difficult, not the act itself, but the aftermath. You replay every conversation. You wonder if you missed the signs. You question your judgment. That's normal. But here's your reminder: being deceived doesn't make you foolish. It makes you human. Staying in the deception, that's the real mistake. And if you're afraid of being alone after cutting them off, consider this. The silence that comes after removing toxicity from your life isn't loneliness, it's healing. It's space for peace to return, for your energy to reset, for the right people to finally have room to enter. Don't fear that space. Respect it, guard it. Let it become sacred. There's another layer to this. What happens when that fake person is someone you can't avoid? A coworker, a relative, a partner. You can't leave just yet. That's when detachment becomes your greatest armor. You stop seeking emotional reciprocity from someone incapable of giving it. You set boundaries, not for them to respect, but for you to enforce. You stop expecting depth from someone who's only ever been shallow. It's not cold. It's clarity. When you stop trying to dig a well in a desert, you finally stop dying of thirst. But let me warn you, once you start protecting your peace, fake people will call you selfish. They'll accuse you of changing, of becoming distant, and you know what? They're right. You have changed. You've stopped being available for manipulation. You've stopped being their emotional supply, and they hate that. But don't let their noise distract you from your progress. Keep going. The biggest mistake people make with fake and treacherous individuals is thinking they need to outplay them, outsmart them, beat them at their own game. But when you try to play their game, you become like them. The real power move is walking away with your integrity intact while they continue to spin webs. You build bridges to better relationships, healthier mindsets, and a more grounded version of yourself. There's something powerful about mastering the art of distance when you learn to love people from afar, to forgive without reopening the door, to wish them well without letting them in. You evolve not with bitterness but with discernment. You stop collecting people and start curating your circle. You become selective not out of ego but out of self-respect. And that's what this all comes down to. Self-respect, the belief that you are worth more than manipulation, worth more than one-sided relationships, worth more than fake apologies and empty promises. When you carry yourself with that kind of quiet confidence, you stop attracting drama. You stop tolerating chaos. You don't need to announce your standards. They'll feel them. And those who can't meet them, they naturally fall away. But here's the twist. The moment you stop chasing fake people is the moment they start chasing you. Why? Because what they really want isn't friendship. It's access to your energy, your kindness, your light. And when you cut that access off, you force them to face their own emptiness, and that's not your burden to carry. So if you're watching this right now and thinking about that one person you need to walk away from, let this be your sign. You don't need closure from someone who never offered clarity. You don't need to keep explaining yourself to someone who never truly listened. You don't need to shrink so others can feel big. Let them misunderstand you, let them talk, let them twist your story. You keep growing, keep evolving, keep choosing peace over chaos, because the real glow-up isn't proving them wrong. It's showing yourself that you were right to walk away. And if this message spoke to something deep inside, you don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who's stuck in the same trap. Hit that like button if you felt the shift. Subscribe for more raw, real content that helps you see through the masks and reconnect with your power, and drop a comment below. What was your breaking point? When did you realize someone was fake? And how did you take your power back? Your story might be the light someone else needs right now. You don't owe anyone access to you. Protect your space, guard your energy. And never forget, being real in a world full of masks is a revolutionary act. You know, the hardest part about dealing with fake people isn't just the lies, the manipulation, or the betrayal. It's what it does to you, the way it makes you question your worth, your choices, your ability to trust again. But let this be a reminder: being betrayed doesn't mean you were naive. It means you were real in a world that often punishes authenticity. And you're still here, still standing stronger, smarter, and more self-aware than ever before. The truth is, not everyone deserves access to your life. Some people were only meant to show you the red flags you ignored, so you never ignore them again. What you choose to allow from this point forward, that's your power. And power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it walks away without a word. Sometimes it simply watches, knowing everything but saying nothing. So if you've ever been hurt, manipulated, used, or betrayed, this is your turning point. It's not your job to fix people. It's not your job to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Your only responsibility is to protect your peace guard, your energy, and walk in truth even when it's lonely. Because real ones, they always find each other in the end. If this message hit home, take a second to breathe, to acknowledge how far you've come, how much you've endured, and how much you're still capable of becoming. You didn't come this far to give fake people front row seats to your story. You came this far to reclaim the pen, to write your own ending, with no apologies. So if you're ready to choose real over convenient, truth over comfort, and loyalty over noise, then you're exactly where you need to be. And hey, if this resonated with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it too. Don't forget to hit the like button. It helps more than you know. Subscribe. If you want more deep soul-hitting content like this, we're building a space here for people who feel too much, think too deeply, and are tired of playing small. Because the world doesn't need more masks. It needs more you, raw, honest, and unshakably true. Until next time, stay wise, stay real, and most of all, stay untouchable.